Hey guys! So today I wanted to do a little bit of a fun video, I suppose, which is based on, or I thought of it, making it when someone in Canada, like I think some random stranger at a store, asked me if I like, because she found out I was Norwegian, because you know everybody talks a lot over there compared to Norway. She asked me which I like better, Canada or Norway, and I was like, I don't know. All I know is that when I was over there in Canada for 2 weeks alone for the first time, I really miss Norway. I don't know if it's just because, like my auntie just explained that's where I've grown up, that's my home, because I've grown up there, and of course I'm gonna miss it. I'm probably gonna miss it when I'm going to university, like in a month from now, which is just crazy in my mind. It's actually exactly a month, I think, yeah. If I go on the 27th of August, it's a month until. I might be going earlier, but anyways. And I was like, you know what, I think she asked which country was most beautiful, and I was like, you know, both have their own beauties. Like, I think a lot of Norway kind of looks the same. I haven't been all over Norway, but in Canada you have the prairies, like the flat land, and you have the mountains, so, but I like the both, like, beautifulness, beautifully wise, I like both, like in their own way. But anyways, I wanted to kind of compare Canada and Norway. I've just written some small things down here, and you know, the first thing you notice if you're a Norwegian going to Canada or a Canadian going to Norway is the differences in prices. Canada, for me as a Norwegian, is really cheap. Like, that is based like on the money I get here. Like, if I were to work in Canada, I wouldn't get as much money. Like, basically, if you're traveling to Canada, it's cheaper. But if I was living in Canada, it would be like probably the same, like compared to as much as my income would be, if you know what I'm saying. But if you were traveling from Canada to Norway, you know this is really fucking expensive over here, based on your like income in Canada. So that will be like the first thing you'd notice. You'll also notice some people might call Norwegians rude. Like if you were Canadian and you came to Norway, you would maybe perceive Norwegians as rude because not everyone is, you know, as, I don't know, open. Like in Canada, I noticed the atmosphere right when I like land in Canada, almost like when I'm just walking around in the airport or whatever, wherever I land in Toronto or Edmonton or wherever I land. I noticed just how service driven, no, not driven, but instinct. Fuck, I just know Norwegian now. How good at service people are, like in stores, like they're like a stranger would ask me, "Hi, how are you?" as if they know me, but you never hear that in Norway, I think. Like, but people are actually getting much better at like service in Norway, like at stores and all that. People are more polite and more like asking if you need help. But in Canada, sometimes it's really in your face. I mean, I really like it, but some people can be a little bit too like in your face. But that might just be because I'm, you know, Norwegian and I'm not really that used to it. But I also really like the polite and openness in Canada. But in Norway, that doesn't mean that we're actually rude people. It's just that that's not part of our culture to like say hi to strangers. Like sometimes if I like go to the cashier here in Norway, I always say hello, and I've many times not even gotten an answer back. And that might seem like we're like rude people, but we're not actually. It's just that, I don't know, it's just not part of a culture. Like, I was even reading about like dating and stuff. I don't know in what context it was, but like, yeah, I was watching a YouTube video of some Norwegian girl who was making English YouTube videos, just like me, and she was saying how we don't really go on dates like we might do more in America and Canada. Not that it is just as in the movies, you ask people on dates, but it's not like, we mostly just end up sort of hanging with people we like, and they are most likely to be like in the same class as you or in like some kind of group as you. Like, we don't usually go much out of that because that might be weird if we go and ask a random stranger that we like at our school or whatever to go out. That just doesn't kind of happen here in Norway. So there are some culture differences you notice. Like, I feel like people, in some sense, they're more friendly in Canada, like openly friendly, so I would probably be more prone to meeting more people in Canada because people are more they almost seem more confident or something. Like they're just more talkative, and I love to talk, so I can't wait to like get to know more people in Canada, as I'm gonna study there this fall and for 4 years now, like in the future. But yeah, if you come to Norway, just know that it's just part of culture. We're not rude people. Once you get to know Norwegians, we're pretty awesome. Like, yeah, I don't know. There was just something about Norwegians that I missed when I was in Canada, and I'm probably gonna miss it, obviously, when I'm there for 4 years. But I will be coming home, like, in summers and stuff, so I just have to... Yeah. So, yeah, we're not really rude, it's just part of the culture. It's not that we hate you guys or something if you're someone coming from another culture. It's just, we might be perceived as rude, and some people are not. I feel like people are becoming less, like, shy and less rude here in Norway now as time is passing by, probably because of all the social media and all of that, and we're sort of getting to, without actually traveling to other countries, we're getting to experience other cultures, and we're realizing that, you know, it's better to be not rude. Not that I mean that we're rude, but, you know, less shy and less, like, more talkative and all that. Whew. I also noticed when I was over in Canada that, like, if I get a coffee out somewhere in Canada, the coffee isn't as strong as it is in Norway. And I love my coffee nice, black, and strong. So, like, I wrote here, Canada coffee, Norway super coffee. We're very much a coffee country, like, coffee, I love coffee, like, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee after this video, actually. So yeah, you might notice if you come to Norway from Canada that the coffee is a lot stronger. It might not be, but in most cases I think it will be. And if you go from Norway to Canada, it's not as strong in Canada. But you could probably get like you will have to get like coffee that says it's stronger to have like a strong coffee in Canada. Okay. Then my next point is, this is kind of rude to say, but I actually noticed, you know, there's a stereotype that Scandinavians are in general like very pretty and all that, and I think it's actually true, because I notice when I'm in Canada, I don't actually, you know, obviously everybody spots attractive people all the time, let's admit it, we find people like random strangers and we look at them and we think they're attractive, right? I caught myself not really finding many attractive people when I was in Canada. When I've been in Canada in the past too, like I don't really get attracted to that many Canadians, or like you know, as in my experience. But then the second I like enter whatever, Norway or Sweden or Denmark, not that I've been in Sweden before, but I haven't been in yes, I have been in Denmark actually. Yeah, anyways, but I just noticed right away once I get into Europe and then Norway, I see more and more attractive people just in the airports. Like, I just started thinking about that. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense, because they say that Scandinavians are generally more attractive, like, in their appearance. So, yeah, I wrote Canada, ugly people, Norway, pretty people. That sounded so judgmental, but that's just the truth. I didn't see as many eye candies or whatever in Canada as I do when I'm in Norway or, you know, in Scandinavia, because we're like the goddesses and gods. Just kidding. That's all I wrote down. I feel like I have a lot more. Yeah, I noticed, I don't know if, I think this is just like a social thing in Canada, but I noticed that everybody almost always when they meet people, they talk about the weather. Like, that's a big thing, talking about the weather. And I mean, I don't feel like we do that much, at least where I'm from in Norway, because I feel like we're so used to the weather. Like, we don't talk about it every time we meet people. But I feel I caught myself noticing when I was in Canada that I was always talking about, like, the cloud that just came over. Like, who cares about the cloud? It's still kind of warm, you know? And people are just always talking about the weather, and it was like, I don't know, I just don't talk much about the weather. I mean, now these past weeks I have mentioned that I wish there could be a sunny day here in Norway, because it's kind of unusually cold and miserable for the summer, so it's understandable, but like, I just noticed a lot of people talking about the weather in Canada. Like, okay, it's the weather, we can't change it, let's just live with it, okay? Yeah. I feel like I have a lot more I could say like Canada versus Norway or whatever, but the bottom line is I like both countries just as much, I think. I mean, it's just different, and I love the fact that I love the fact that I've been able to experience two cultures. Not that they're really that different, because they're both like Western cultures or whatever you call it, but still, they are two different cultures, and they have their bigger differences and their subtle differences, and you know, there's bigger roads in Canada, for example. We have more like swingy, small roads in Norway, and I appreciate this so much that I know Norwegian, because I think if we were to live in Canada, I actually wouldn't know Norwegian, and it's always nice to know another language. And I really like Norwegian. I found myself missing talking Norwegian when I was in Canada alone for 2 weeks, because usually I'm over there with my brother and my mom and my dad and all that, and then me and my brother always talk Norwegian together. But when I was over there, I caught myself just kind of missing Norwegian, and which is why I'm gonna make a Scandinavian club, or Scandinavian association or whatever you call it at my university, because I hope, or maybe Nordic, because that would be like Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland, because then we could get more people in the group. But still, it would be nice to have someone I could talk Norwegian with, whether it be a Swede or a Danish guy, girl, whatever. Although I'm not good at understanding Danish, because it's just so weird. But and Swedish really too, because it's weird too. But I like Swedish better than Danish, actually. It's like, I don't know, it's nicer, because I feel like Danes, if you could say that, Danes have like a potato in their throat. Well, Swedish are it's almost like just a really different dialect of Norwegian. Swedish, I feel like really different. I forgot where I was there, but yeah, I hope this video was fun. I didn't really have much of an idea, which is why I didn't post one yesterday, and I was lazy yesterday, and the day just went by really fast, so sorry I didn't post one yesterday. I could have said a lot more probably, but I didn't have anything right now to say. So, but if you have any questions about Norway, I'd love to make a video just on Norway and things about Norway. If you have any questions at all, just post them. Or Canada. I don't know as much about Canada because I don't live in Canada. I didn't grow up in Canada. I grew up in Norway. So if you have any questions about Norway, Norwegians, the Norwegian culture, whatever, please just leave them in the comment below. I love answering questions. And even questions about me. I was thinking of doing like a question video where you guys ask me questions, but I haven't got many questions. I got some. But yeah, just put any kind of questions about me or Norway or my life or whatever in the comment section, and I can make a video with questions, like Q&A, question and answer or something. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Okay, bye.